Should he be running point guard for this team here, Perk?
You're damn right. I said it on draft night. He is the white version of LeBron James. When you talk about his ability to be able to create, defend, do all those things, Cooper Flagg has that package.
Yeah.
Just minus a little bit of the athleticism less than LeBron, but
17 loading.
Yep, we just seen our rookie of the year.
We buying stock early in Ace Bailey. And I'm
Yeah, that shit's over with. He play like this, nobody care about what happened this summer.
I think he's going to have the most opportunity out of all the rookies to get to shoot. So I got him from rookie of the year.
So, preseason has had many highlight moments, but the real question is this real talent and skill, or is this all just silly preseason hype? We see Cooper Flagg bringing the ball up against some pressure, and we immediately see that he's unfazed by it, as he uses the behind the back to shake Cason Wallace to continue pushing up this right side of the floor, and as we all can see, the attack is widely available, but it's this defender right here Coop has to watch out for when he attacks. If he's to slide over like we see him do at this moment, Flagg has to avoid the double team by changing directions, and look what we have here. Not just one, not just two, but three defenders crowd the paint trying to stop him from scoring. So the quick and great decision we see from a rookie is this pass over the top to Dwight Powell for the easy dunk on the backside. Making decisions like that early in his NBA career is nice to see, as it won't just be off his deep attacks inside where he can find the open man. Here, when the defenders close in on him at the three-point line to get the ball out of his hands, he doesn't panic and throw the ball right away to PJ Washington, because most likely this pass would land behind him causing a turnover, or would make PJ have to put it on the deck early, giving the defense time to recover. So instead, he stays patient for just a split second, allowing PJ Washington to cut down the middle of the floor, and this time it's an overhead pass on the money to lead PJ right into an and one. This unselfish nature of his will keep him in the league for a long time, as he quickly sends it over to keep the ball in motion, and even when he does get it back, he's able to quickly take advantage of the defense being out of place by attacking immediately off the catch. And if you look down low, Cason Wallace is chasing his man out to the corner. So the only help available on the drive is going to be Jalen Williams. Well, this is where things get bad for the defense, because if Williams has to leave to help, this opens up Derek Lively in the dunker spot, and in past times what would have been a lob from Luka Doncic is now a slick dump off from Cooper Flagg. It's honestly great to see a young guy locate these angles like his second nature, and this plays into his defensive instinct, such as anticipating the pass to then intercept it before it reaches the target, and then when taking it himself on the break instead of passing, he could split the defenders or go to the outside of either to try and go get a bucket, but instead of forcing it, he stays calm while bringing it back slightly, and now the dump off to Powell is wide open for an easy 2 points. During this preseason stint, I've seen Cooper Flagg make the right read time and time again, and even in the times where he did turn it over, he had the right idea, it just wasn't executed to perfection. These skills here are a solid lift to his game, and when we shift over to his scoring, we can really see someone who has a massive upside. With lots of guys just coasting up the floor on fast breaks, Cooper will be someone who runs hard on the break to receive the lob over the top to throw it down with aggression, and if it's not a lob, well, he can receive the dump off to go ahead and lay down the hammer. This right here shows you that he can operate in the open floor, but hold on, he's not limited, because when he catches on the wing here in the half court, he doesn't need many moves, as it's a simple up fake to get his defender to rise up slightly, and with that size advantage when pushing towards the basket, Flagg can get into the body of his defender to then bounce off to seal the call, and ladies and gentlemen, now he's gotten himself an and one. Trust me, I know a lot of people love the flashy plays and whatnot, but when you can use one or two dribbles once you make your move to get to your spot, this is when the game starts to become easy for you. Now don't get me wrong, this isn't to say that Flagg can't get a little saucy, as he completely shifts LaMelo with this smooth behind the back, and next thing you know, the jumper's pure butter. But when you break the game down to be simple and not overcomplicated, you'll see that instead of coming off this screen and trying to attack downhill or even into the mid-range, it should be a no-brainer to see that Williams is dropped back waiting to play that action, so why not just rise up off the screen for straight cash? Other times when the defender is right on him, he may have to shake free to get the shot he wants, but it doesn't take a world of dribbling. Just one jab step to set them up to run into the screen, and with Miller going under, the shot becomes that much easier. Decisions like that is what makes a player be impactful immediately for a team. And unlike what most people thought would happen, when you look at the floor here, you're going to see Ace Bailey deep in this corner, setting up to come off a pin down. Now at this moment, he has two options. Either flare out to the 3-point line and put it up, or curl around to the middle of the floor to attack the basket. Right now, both of these are solid options, but it all depends on what the defender does in this situation. As we roll the clip, you're going to see Jabari Smith chase over the top, which makes the decision to curl inside the better option at this point. So now with Jabari out the picture, there's one thing Ace has to pay attention to, and that's outplaying Şengün. If Şengün steps up, then Ace has an easy dump off to Nurkic, who could be rolling to the basket. But since Şengün didn't step up, Ace can flow right into a mid-range money ball. Many times in his preseason games, you would see the Jazz put Bailey in actions where he's moving without the ball to catch in rhythm, and with Vassell chasing all the way under the screen to hopefully cut off Bailey's drive. This is where your years of basketball instincts kick in, so rather than pursuing the basket, Ace stops and pops to rise up from 15 feet out to bury the jumper. When it comes to scoring in the NBA, you want to be able to score without having to use a whole lot of moves, as this helps the offense stay in a flow state. And for Bailey, he's so confident that even if a defender is right up on him when he comes off the curl, he'll rise up over the top of them and bury it home while being unfazed. Now if you think back to a little earlier when we seen Vassell chase all the way under the screen, well this time Vassell decides to stay attached and chase Bailey over the top, so instead of stopping for a jumper, the defense is now in trail mode, giving up a wide open drop to the basket for a warm-up lay. Other times when the defender chases, Ace doesn't always have to decide to attack the basket every time, as he can use their momentum against themselves by stepping back to create that space, and now he can rattle home a deep ball. This ability to be a scorer off the move is so special, because even when he cuts to the basket and his initial thought doesn't pan out to be open, because 1, this gap for his teammate to get it there gets closed up, and for 2, because Şengün is sliding down to be ready for anything inside. At this moment, this is when Bailey decides to quickly redirect his cut back out to the 3-point line, and with that unmatched confidence, the pull-up right off the catch is just easy. I'm telling you, this skill is not something that rookies naturally come into the league using to their advantage off the rip, as when we watch this play, it's clearly intended for Bailey to come up the floor to receive the handoff, but here's the thing, his defender is already anticipating that, and the paint is wide open with no one covering it. So what do you think he should do? I'll give you a couple of seconds to guess. Okay, 3, 2, 1. If you guess cut to the rim to go get a bucket, then you would be correct. I know many people thought Ace would come in and opt into those difficult shots that wouldn't pan out to work in the league, but as we can see, that's not the only way he can be effective. Now hold on, like we stated earlier with Cooper Flagg, this doesn't mean Ace can't get into his bag. Because when defenders try and play him tight and make him uncomfortable, he'll welcome the challenge by pushing right at them, and right here is where you have the advantage, as long as you make the right move. When a defender is on your hip going downhill, there's a lot of things you can do, but the best one is to shift directions, as they now have to open up their hips completely just to recover, and by the time they do, it creates this massive gap for the offensive player to pull up comfortably, and there's just no stopping this. Not only has Ace shown us this once, as when the defender's in recovery mode again on this attack, it's a crispy spin off into the paint, totally breaking the defense, and bada bing, it's money team. Yeah, I'm sure his way of scoring opposed to his college highlight tape surprised some people, and it's looking like he will be a strong asset to this Jazz team even in his rookie year. Now we all know this is just preseason, so we can't say things are for certain, but based off what we're seeing, Cooper Flagg and Ace Bailey have skill sets that can make this rookie season very exciting to watch. Down below, drop your predictions of these two and let's talk about it. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you're first to know when I upload. I thank you all for your support, and I'll see you in the next video.